DCEU. Want to talk about that?
Okay, we're up to almost 26 minutes.
That's alright.
I think
they can watch the whole thing.
Yeah. I might need to split it into 2 episodes, like 2 halves, like part 1, part 2.
Alright, now that we know that the DCEU has confirmed dates for, well, they have movies. They have movies with confirmed dates that already, like some that already came out, like Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad. But there's also some like Wonder Woman, Justice League, Aquaman, Shazam, Cyborg, and Green Lantern Corps. They're set. But
another thing that was supposedly set was Justice League. That was supposed to happen a couple of years ago, and they kept pushing it back.
Oh no, that was set. They cast the thing. They know what story they're going to do. They have the director. They have the stars, but they canceled it.
Yeah.
So this is a completely new.
Hopefully, just with the Justice League, they make it full circle. So in Batman v Superman, he had the Flash come to him in the dream sequence.
Yeah.
In Justice League, they need to have the Flash do that, or it may cause a time paradox.
Nah, I think that already came with a time paradox. So,
Just because if they do it in Batman v Superman, I mean, they don't do it in Justice League, it either has to be in Justice League, the Flash movie, if they ever make one, or it'll just cause a time paradox and lead to another Justice League movie.
Oh, well. And we have some movies that have unconfirmed dates, but are set to happen in the DC Extended Universe. We have Lobo, Dark Universe, which is just basically the Justice League Dark.
Yeah.
Man of Steel 2, Justice League 2, The Flash, The Batman, Suicide Squad 2, Gotham City Sirens, Deadshot, Black Adam, Nightwing, and recently Batgirl.
So DC are finally catching up to Marvel with the movie releases.
Yeah, but they don't have to.
Unless they release like 1 a year. Isn't that like DC's thing?
No.
Marvel releases like 3 a year.
And DC releases 2.
Yeah.
That's their thing. But I don't think they have to catch up. They don't have to catch up. They started well with Man of Steel. They set up Superman. They got the costume, got the powers. Well, most of the powers. They got the villain. They got the moral at the end. Like he could have learned from that. Like be a better hero and be set off into Man of Steel 2. But since they rushed it to Batman v Superman, maybe we could have seen like a progression in character for Superman. Like he learned from this, and now he's trying to be, a
better hero.
Yeah.
Well, he can actually, first of all, discover all of his powers.
Yeah.
Actually increase his hearing because he couldn't hear that bomb.
Well, actually, I think he did increase his hearing at one point in Man of Steel. Like it was a flashback to when he was in elementary school, which is like primary school in America. And
he heard
many.
He heard like all the children in the school
and
everything around him.
Yeah.
Now, if he can hear all that, how couldn't he hear the bomb in Batman v Superman?
I think he was distracted.
Yeah. Just because even then,
maybe Zack Snyder wanted to have cool scenes.
Maybe.
Yeah. Can it be fixed? From what we've gathered, the movies. Well, we're actually talking about how it can be fixed. Wonder Woman's coming up, which is
actually very soon.
Yeah, set in World War I, but she was originally, started in World War II. Ares is the villain.
Yeah, the villain, just a god.
Yeah. Who better to be the villain of World War I than the God of War? But this is gonna have, if this movie is good, it's gonna probably have, regain expectations for the DC Extended Universe and put pressure on Justice League to be good, even though people are starting to lose their interest.
Yeah, then again, people crumble under pressure. Like Ben Affleck with the Batman movie.
Yeah, he quit as director, but he's still on. He's
still in the movie. It's just he crumbled under the pressure and decided not to direct or write it.
Well, he is. I think he's still writing it. He's writing and producing it. They have a new director, but we're not sure if that's going to be the same story though, because new director, probably different vision. So,
but back to the DCEU.
Well, we're still on the DCEU.
Yeah, but we just focused on Batman for a second.
Yeah. I think they really need to plan out their movies better.
Justice League should be the last one.
Yeah.
They make a movie
Yeah.
for all the main characters that are going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Then release Justice League, not just Wonder Woman Justice League.
Yeah. Or speaking of that, I actually have a plan out for how I would have done the DC Extended Universe.
Okay.
Maybe we'll talk about that like a couple minutes later.
Yeah.
But with all these movies, do we really need them? Like, we got a Batgirl movie, we got a Nightwing movie, we got a Gotham City Sirens movie, which is set to star Harley Quinn, which is Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Do we really need all these movies though? Even though it's answering the cries of fans to see a Nightwing movie, that's really cool. But do we really need it in the DC Extended Universe, or could it have just been an animated movie?
Well, in an animated movie, you don't really have to worry about costumes, like so much. Well, you still have to worry about like stories and animations,
and character design as well.
There's more stress in making an animated movie because you have to animate it, you have to get the voices synced up perfectly.
Yeah.
There's less stress because you don't have to get actual actors.
Yeah.
You can get voice actors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nightwing would probably be better as an animated movie.
I think most of the movies on this unconfirmed list would be
better as animated.
Better as animated. Like, do we really want to see Batgirl in the DC Extended Universe? Like, we want to, but not in our own movie. Maybe in an animated movie format.
It's kind of like whenever you see a bunch of stuff, you want them, but you can't. You don't need them.
Yeah.
Like, Batgirl is another example of a superhero that would be better animated.
Yeah. Yeah. As I said before, could have planned it out differently, and I actually have the whole thing planned out myself. So if you want to listen to it.
Okay.
All right. So this starts from Man of Steel, which was released in 2013. So we're going to start from 2013, and then the thing is going to end in 2017. So there's like stages in the DC Extended Universe. So it's like Marvel. So we have a beginning stage, a middle stage, aftermath stage. Okay. Trinity. Each Superman has the beginning, Batman has the middle, and Wonder Woman has the end. So really cool box art. Up, yeah, pretty cool box art. So the first movie would be called Superman: Man of Steel, which will be the origin of Superman, but light, which I actually planned out later on in this episode. Oh, later on in this segment, because how they could have done Man of Steel. That's later. And the next movie will be The Batman, which will take place, after Jason Todd's death. So we see a darker, broodier Batman, and this is based on Batman: A Lonely Place of Dying. So it's Jason Todd's dead, Batman's angrier, Tim Drake is concerned, and that's when he grows to be Robin. And
I'm assuming just with the Batman movie, you would see flashbacks of Joker beating him to death.
Huh?
Like, would you see flashbacks of Robin's death?
Well, no, that's how the movie begins. Robin's death, captures your attention.
Now I get you.
Yeah. All right, and that's it for 2013. So there are 2 movies set each year. Now for 2014, which was a couple of years ago, the first movie would be Wonder Woman, which will be the origin story. It'll be Wonder Woman: Gods and Monsters, the reimagining of her, and the villain will be Ares, and that'll set up to Cheetah, because I'm not sure how it will go, but I'm pretty sure I would imagine it as a post-credit scene, like a end-credit scene, where we see Cheetah gaining the powers from the Cheetah gods or something like that. And then the next movie will be called Trinity,
which is the 3 of them.
Yeah, which is based on Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Trinity.
So pretty much just Batman v Superman.
Yes.
Is that all 3 of them?
Yeah, it's all 3 of them. It's the first meeting. The villains of the original story I read were Ra's al Ghul, Bizarro, and Artemis. But instead of Artemis, But instead of Artemis, I'm going to do Cheetah.
Oh, yeah, I've actually read that book. Yeah.
So it all lines up. And Bizarro is actually set up in Superman: Man of Steel because the villain of that movie is Parasite. And,
he drains powers,
Yeah. And that'll set up to the reveal of metahumans, like the reveal of superhero teams, because,
There's a need.
Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, reveals themselves to the world as allies. And that leads up to the next movie in 2015, Superman, Truth and Justice. It's based on a single issue. It's called Superman, issue number 775. What's so funny about truth, justice, and the American way? So I particularly like this story. I haven't read it, but I've seen a little bit online about the movie, Superman vs. the Elite. So it's the rise of a new superhuman team who's inspired by this, but they kill their enemies. And we see a darker side to Superman later on in the movie. Like we see progression, we see, what will make him what will push him to, defeat the Elite. The next movie is called The Flash. Yeah, The Flash. And it's based on the Flash Rogue War. So the movie begins with the Flash putting away one of his enemies, and then the villain Abracadabra comes from, a late century, and he rounds up some of the rogues, some of the villains to become the rogues. And that'll, be the thing for the,
for the Flash.
For the Flash, and the next movie will probably be Professor Zoom. So it's all set up.
So it's not like a TV show where they just focus on speedsters all the time.
No. And that's it for 2015. Now for 2016.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, the Aquaman movie. And I really like Jeff Johns' run. So this storyline is Aquaman the Trench. Okay. So this is set up, but there'll probably be like a beginning credit scene to Aquaman's origin story or something like that, like in Batman v Superman for Batman.
So he just runs away from I'm just throwing out ideas for the opening scene. It's like the part where he runs away, the part where he kills Black Manta's father. Any of those scenes?
Well, that may be in a sequel.
Yeah.
If this happens, but it's more like Aquaman being born, him learning his powers, mother dying, and then he learns about Atlantis. He goes there, and then he soon becomes king because his mother was actually the queen of Atlantis, and it focuses on Aquaman with Mara trying to live on the surface world. And everyone's like, you're pathetic.
You talk to fish.
You talk to fish. But this is going to be like a horror movie for the Trench.
So it's going to be like a superhero thriller sort of movie.
Sort of like that. And then that'll lead. Then there'll be a tease to the villain of Justice League, but only a small tease.
Okay.
Or I'll give you a couple. I'll give you as much as I can. A jar, tentacle.
All
right. And it starts to wiggle as soon as everyone leaves the laboratory. All right. The next movie is Green Lantern, and this is based on Green Lantern's secret origin. Like I said earlier on, the movie I pitched for Green Lantern, how they could have done it.
Yeah.
That was
the segment that was recorded after last episode. So if you haven't seen it, just check it out after this.
Hopefully.
I might need to split this into 2 parts.
It's focusing on Hal Jordan becoming a Green Lantern, but it's focusing more on Hector Hammond as the villain.
Yeah.
And then they set up Sinestro for a sequel called Green Lantern Corps. Sorry, I'm a little sick.
Yeah.
All right.
This weather.
The next movie is in 2017, so this year, and it's. I'm not sure if this might happen because I wanted it to be set up in Justice League, but if it's a really good idea, I would have done a Martian Manhunter movie. So it's set it's an origin story, but it's set in the 1950s, and it's based on the DC's The New Frontier origin story for Martian Manhunter, where it's brought in.
Yeah.
And the main story is Martian Manhunter: American Secrets. I don't know that much about it, but it's set in the 1950s. It's probably going to be like a thriller, like a detective thriller.
Yeah.
So Martian Manhunter is going to be like a detective, and he's going to solve this homicide.
Well,
where
he is pretty much a detective, but he's not in Martian form.
Yeah. So he gets the John Jones persona. He investigates these killings where the victim has been skinned alive.
I think I know who the villain is. Yeah.
Who is it then?
It's another Martian. I can't remember her name exactly, but she skins all of her victims.
Yes. So the villain is Decay Duraz.
Yeah, that's her name.
Yeah. So she was an exiled Green Martian. So,
Before the planet died.
Yeah. And secretive enough. I'm not sure if it's no. I'm going to spoil it. So in the movie, the scientist uses alien technology to try and communicate with alien species, but he actually teleports Jean to Earth, and that technology was actually a mother box.
Okay.
But the only reason, so
there obviously was an invasion before that movie, so he could transport him over. Because how else would he have a mother box?
Crash land in a meteor, like they always do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Meteors are always responsible.
Yeah. The next movie after that is Justice League.
Okay.
So it's set up. Oh yeah.
All the main heroes.
Yeah. Actually, there's actually a teaser in Martian Manhunter. I'm not sure if it's gonna be Martian Manhunter or Green Lantern.
Either one.
But it's a planet, and there's a star-shaped shadow over it. So yeah, it opens up in Justice League. It's based on DC's The New Frontier, so everyone's meeting each other. They meet Starro, the main villain.
The Justice League's first villain.
Yeah, and their first appearance too. So that's really cool. They defeat him, and then at the end of the movie, we see this guy walking down a corridor, but he's wearing a cloak. He's like, "Master, we finally found it. We found what we've been searching for thousands of years." And then the boss raises from his chair. Actually, no, he's not going to rise from his chair. He's just going to turn the chair.
Yeah.
He's going to be like the Thanos of the DCEU. And he's like, "Begin phase 1." And it's Darkseid. And it sets up to the third movie. The second movie is going to focus on the Tower of Babel.
Yep.
And that sets up DCEU for what I would have done.
In the comment section below, list which movie out of all of those you would like to see most.
Yeah, most excited. Or maybe you could put in the comment section which version's better. The current version of the DCEU or my version of the DCEU.
Yeah.
Personally, I think mine's better. You know why? Because I did it.
Yeah, what a surprise.
What a surprise. Alright.
I like it how we're just trying to get our viewers more involved with our episodes.
Yeah. Batman Arkham Insurgency, the new Batman game in development by WB Montreal.
I thought they were done with the Batman games. I mean, I was just playing it earlier, you saw me.
Yeah. But that was the Rocksteady's.
Yeah.
Rocksteady's done. But WB Montreal, the same company that made Batman Arkham Origins. So this video game is set 3 years after that.
Okay.
And the main villain's going to be the Court of Owls.
Okay, so it's not the Joker. Thank God.
It's not the Joker. It's not the Joker. But they actually leaked 15 secrets from the movie in February. Like, there's not going to be as much of the Batmobile.
Okay.
There's no battle. There's no tank mode. So it's just going to be driving the Batmobile.
Yeah, as it should be. In what universe does the Batmobile have a cannon on the top of it? Unless it's, from the Dark Knight Returns.
Well, the Arkham series.
Yeah,
Has you been playing? You use too much of it?
Nah. Well, personally, whenever I play that game, if I see one of Riddler's undercover guys, I just go, okay, shoot everyone around him, and then go get him. It's always funny, because if you drive off, then you come back to the exact same spot, you hear the guys going, "Man, the Batman has non-lethal bullets in his Batmobile. It's like being hit by an angry gorilla." Mm-hmm. Kind of linking to maybe Gorilla Grodd, maybe they were thinking. But even then, they focus on Batman way too much when making games. I mean, I love Batman as much as the next guy, but...
Yeah, too much.
Yeah.
Too many games. He's DC's most marketable character.
Character. Movie Man and I were doing a bit of research after our last recording session.
Okay.
They made a Flash open world video game.
Yeah, it was bad.
But they scrapped it.
Mm.
It had mechanics and the graphics and everything. It looked like it could work.
Yeah.
It has some gameplay videos online.
Yeah.
It looked like it could work, but their funding was just cancelled, so they had to stop making the game.
Mm.
Now, that could be a hero that they could make video games about instead of Batman.
Or maybe they can make a good Superman game.
Yeah, nah. They've already tried. The only way you can make a good Superman video game is to have either the entire planet is encased in I don't know what, or the atmosphere's changed so slightly, so the yellow sun rays become more and more... It's hard to phrase. So the atmosphere's changed ever so slightly, so the sun's radiation becomes more red as the game goes on, so that way then you can have Superman actually have a health bar.
Yeah.
That's one way, or you have the city have health, like in another Superman game, but you actually have it not focused just as you click play and go into it as a story mode.
Yeah.
So it's the only two ways you can make a good Superman video game.
Some other leaks include the Riddler side missions, which are never gonna stop.
Yeah, the Riddler. They always put him into the Batman games because after you've completed the story, that's pretty much what everyone does.
Yeah.
Just go after
Riddler.
Riddler.
It's like we're not sick of the side missions.
Yeah.
We are.
Although, out of experience, it is kind of addicting getting the Riddler trophies.
Yeah.
You go, okay, that's one less.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's one over there. Must go get that.
Mm.
It's kind of addicting.
And another leak, I can't remember all of them, but another one includes playing as Robin. But I think only for a couple missions.
So not like a fully playable character, just...
No.
Yeah.
No, but there's going to be a lot of skins. Like a lot of skins. A lot of skins.
Alright.
Do you think this will be part of a trilogy? You know, because there's Origins, then there's this game, or do you think there could be something else that could lead up to Batman Arkham Asylum?
Well, that could actually work, but if there's this one, like we have the trilogy that Rocksteady made, so there's those three.
Yeah.
If we have this one, then one more, they're going to have to make another Batman video game that has the villain not be Joker, because, you know, they're mainly focused on Joker. Not Scarecrow, because that's the latest villain of the most recent video game.
Yeah.
Not Black Mask, because Origins, until he was revealed as Joker.
Yeah.
Not Court of Owls, because that's this game.
Yeah.
We're going to need to find a different villain. Maybe Raish? Even though he was kind of Arkham City.
Yeah. I don't know.
So it's possible that it could be part of a new trilogy, but they just need to find a villain that's not any of the ones I listed before.
Alright,
Maybe Two-Face.
Or maybe they can adapt Batman Nightfall.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Have Bane be the main villain.
Yeah. And we actually see
Him break the back.
and then you play as Azrael.
Azrael Batman.
And then as you go back to as Bruce Wayne, and then you have to fight Azrael as the final boss.
Yeah, that would actually be a good video game.
That would be a good. No, look at that. Now we're nerding out.
Oh, great.
All right.
If you ever watch this or listen to this, which I highly doubt, make that the last video game.
Yeah. All right. The X-Men universe.
Oh God.
Yeah. We have 10 movies that's already made for the X-Men. 3 in production and 4 in development. Should the X-Men universe die?
Oh boy. Well,
Like, this is Fox needs to rely on this series because they failed with Fantastic Four twice.
well, they can't really do much with Fantastic Four.
Well, they can.
They can, but
I actually have a setup for the Fantastic Four franchise.
We'll save that for
maybe
the next
episode.
We'll save that for the next episode. But Fantastic Four, they have to kind of give a break.
Yeah.
The X-Men.
There's too many. Like the next X-Men movie is going to be based on the Dark Phoenix saga.
And
which
and
we
even
haven't
then,
seen before.
and even then, they've done it in, I can't remember what the latest movie was, but they showed the Phoenix there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, no more Wolverine, and that's kind of the main hero of all the X-Men movies.
Yeah, like we don't want to see Mystique as a hero. We don't want to see, I don't know, poorly written characters like Apocalypse. We don't want to see, Magneto still as a hero.
Yeah.
We wanted to see him as a villain.
But just say if the X-Men universe doesn't die, who are they going to have replace Wolverine as the main hero? Cyclops? Nah.
No, Cyclops doesn't have enough star power.
Yeah. But for the Dark Phoenix, it's probably going to be Phoenix for the first half, and then when she turns into Dark Phoenix, who knows?
And they're not going to bring up the fact of how did Jean know that she had the Phoenix Force in her.
No. Let's just ignore that. No, not going to talk about it.
No, thanks a lot, Bryan Singer. You're convoluted. Oh, who cares? You messed up your whole movie universe. Thanks a lot. All right.
So probably one of the two X-Men universes needs to just stop.
Yeah. Do you want any more X-Men movies to happen?
If they can bring Wolverine back, yeah. But
maybe an X-23 Wolverine movie. That'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe X-23 would replace Wolverine.
Or maybe actually, this is in development. It doesn't have anything on it, but maybe Gambit.
Maybe.
About time. It's like, but Channing Tatum Gambit. We were just waiting. It's coming out next year. Oh wait, it's not. God's sakes.
Maybe Gambit, but
yeah. Or maybe an unknown X-Men character or something like that. So, should it die, yes or no? I think yes.
It's two different X-Men universes.
Yeah.
It's it's pretty much two sets of every character. Yeah.
Alright, the Transformers universe. Now, this is very exciting.
This is a topic that I'm not so familiar with, so this is your territory.
Yeah. Alright, so they released... Michael Bay released this video online where he's like, we're using the best technology to give you the best cinematic experience,
AKA explosions.
And I think they said this is the first time that a director has used an IMAX camera with a 3D camera or something like that. Michael Bay's. Transformers 5 is the first movie to do that.
But it's Michael Bay.
It's Michael Bay, but I feel like this is Michael Bay's last Transformers movie. But
May's gonna focus.
But doesn't mean it's the last Transformers movie in general.
Just with that part about Michael Bay's last Transformers movie, it's gonna be his last Transformers movie. Then he's focusing on the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. All right.
We're gonna get like 20 Ninja Turtle movies.
All right. No. Speaking of 20 Ninja Turtles movies, you won't believe how many movies Michael Bay envisions for the Transformers universe.
Oh God, how many?
14. He sees four. I think he says that there are 14 stories already set up.
That's enough, man. Just make this one and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, people complain about the Transformers movie, yet they go back and see the next one.
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
I
man, the Transformers is horrible. Oh, look, new Transformers movie. Let's go see it.
After Transformers 5 will be a Bumblebee prequel. I think it's a prequel. I've heard it's a prequel, and then the Transformers 6 afterwards. So
just when you said Bumblebee, that reminded me of the Teen Titans part. The beginning of the movie, it didn't have all of the main, or what we consider now the main heroes, like Cyborg, Beast Boy. Well, it had pretty much the originals, I think. Robin, Bumblebee, Beast Boy, the Kid Flash.
I heard Kid Flash was in this movie.
He was at the beginning, and then he sort of just disappeared.
Oh, piss off, Warner Brothers.
Yeah. But back to Transformers.
Yeah.
We keep digressing.
Too many movies are going to be planned out. They messed it up. I say re-scrap it.
Start over.
Do four main Transformers movies, a couple of spin-offs, and that's it. I see 7 movies, not 14 more.
Half of what Michael Bay sees.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for listening to our podcast, and make sure to check out my segment, How They Could Have Done It, for my version of Man of Steel,
which will be coming up soon.
All right.
So I'm Cyberguy,
and I'm NerdDude.
Until next time.
Nerd out.